How's it? Today is Friday, November 4th. It is Big Friday, going up 3 kilos from last week. So 94 and 119, 5 singles each. I am pretty happy actually with the way things went today. I think my snatches could be better, of course. I think they could always be better, but it left a lot to be desired. It's just I was able to make 5 out of 6 of them. So I did do 5 singles, and then I missed the fifth one overall. So I went for a sixth one just to make sure that I got the 5 singles today. 94 is pretty good for me. Um, it's a little under 10 kilos from my best snatch, and I am definitely not ready to peak right now in any sense. The hip thing that I was talking about on Wednesday, it's definitely here today. Warming up for these snatches was just painful in my hips. Um, Blake showed up like a little bit later in the session, and then he was talking about how he's feeling a little bit achy as well. And then he was like, "It's probably due to the weather. It's been really cold, been really rainy lately, and it felt like it went from pretty moderately hot to this cold and gloomy weather overnight. So if I'm not used to that, not used to waking up like that every morning, then when I wake up and I feel achy, it it could be a sign that's like, oh, I don't even know, I didn't even know to expect this, if that makes sense. So that's potentially a reason why I feel like the way I do, but snatches turn out okay. Clean and jerks, I think I'm very proud of the way that my cleans look today with 119. 119 is like, it's getting up there as far as intensity goes. I don't like to think about how far I am percentage wise off of my best clean and jerk or my best snatch, because I'm pretty far off. If I'm 10 kilos off, I am a little bit under 10% off. And then for my clean and jerks, if I am 20 kilos off, then that's a lot off. So lots of different thoughts of that. But I think overall, just given how bad or how poor a couple weeks looked for my cleans, here is 94 for my snatches. I'm pretty happy with that. I feel like I was pretty quick. Positioning, I felt pretty solid. But yeah, I think like going back to the cleans a few weeks ago, my cleans were not doing very great. So today, just the way that they looked, it looked like I have a ton of room left. With 119, I mean 119 is basically 120. But yeah, so if that's where I'm thinking about, it moves super easy for today, and I'm genuinely just like I don't know how to say it. I'm at a loss for words at this point right now. But we'll see how it goes when it happens. So that was 4 for 4, and then here's my fifth attempt. A little bit twisted to the right. I was upset there. I wanted to go 5 for 5. That's always the goal. But I do come back and make this one here. Yeah, 5 for 6 again, like I mentioned. Move straight into my clean and jerks here. I think one thing that I'm thinking about is pushing a little bit harder with my legs, or I guess not harder per se, but like more intentionally. Because I think that generally speaking, I push pretty hard with my legs, but I think that it's not as deliberate as it once was, and it's not as deliberate as it should be. So when I'm warming up, some of these warm ups, I feel really awesome. This one felt really weird. This 100. You see there, my hips are a little bit under me, and then I kind of ballerinaed on the front squat up. But the jerk here looks pretty good. Went pretty straight up and down. I went to 112 as my next warm up. This is a really odd one, but I didn't want to go to 110, then 115 or something, and then 119. I just essentially omitted one set overall. Again, jerk looks pretty good for that, and then I go straight to 119. So timing wise, again, a little bit more deliberate with my leg extension, and a little less arm pulley. I think that's the overall goal. I don't know. Sometimes I do need to have that arm pull, but like these here, these are really good for the clean. I don't think um I don't think that if I had cleaned that again, like what percentage wise of like my technique that I like to fix, like what is it, am I hitting there? That one's pretty good as well. Like I always mention, everything can always be improved, but based off of how I've been performing lately, this is probably the best my cleans have looked for a few weeks. I think this fourth one is probably one of the better ones. You see how high I catch this? And it feels like I had a lot of speed under, and then if you go back and pause that video, I am getting that bar on top of my shoulders well above parallel, and then I'm able to just kind of support it on the way down. There's Blake. But my last one here, similar thing here. I think if I have given this effort, for a heavier weight, I think that the catch itself would be a lot better, just because the height in this bar as it's going up is there's plenty of height, so I have a lot of space to get under it. So yeah, overall, like I'm very happy with the way my cleans are looking lately. After that, I did some quadruped open book. I've been saying this for a bit, but like I've been doing it standing for whatever reason, and getting my knees on the ground kind of eliminates my ability to utilize my knees and my hips to cheat the thoracic stretching or the twisting and stretching, if that makes any sense. So we'll see how this goes moving forward. I mean, this feels really challenging and for the time being, but I think it'll help me in the long run. Finished off with some pull-ups and my GHD sit-ups, the classic of my accessories, my two favorite accessories. But yeah, pretty happy with how today went. If I'm gonna compete in like 6 weeks or 7 weeks, today with 94 and 119, I probably could open at 100 and hopefully 125. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe 100 is reaching, but we'll see what happens when it gets there. That would be all for today. Thank you for watching. Shoots.